relationships again. It was just tables. Now I was looking at it. It was just the queries didn't work anymore. They were using this database. They were entering information, but couldn't get any information out. Nothing was linked up right. So the need for a new database came about. Every time we'd get audited, about every 2 months, we get fined. The training database was supposed to show what classes Dana Corporation had, and if you're a certain position, like you're an operator on floor, you're supposed to take these certain classes. And you're supposed to know what classes for what positions needed those classes, and who took what position or what classes, and who didn't take what classes. And they could not come up with that. And we got fined thousands of dollars every like 2 months because of this. So I designed a simple database. Here's relationships for it. And then basically, I'm working right now. Here's a query that I got an idea out of from 445 also. I got the idea from a database that for prerequisites in class, or for classes. It showed if you didn't have this certain class, you got dropped from a class. It started to happen like a year ago, right, or whatever. So I got the idea for the query, wrote the code. Now it shows, it accesses the tables, goes from the what tables or what classes took, see if they needed it or not, and shows results what classes the people haven't taken yet. Right now on that training database, I'm at making the forms, the front end, and I'm doing reports right now too. So I'm going to finish that within the next probably month. Other responsibilities, this is what I got hired to do, and I started coming up with databases to do because I got real bored real fast. Computer maintenance and troubleshooting. I deal with so many uneducated people, it's funny, and not funny. I get called to printers and stuff. My printer's not working, there's no paper in it, and stuff like that. It was just getting annoying, like 5 or 6 people like that every day. Networking, I took another project on. I knew nothing about networks, but what I learned in 350, which is an introduction course. We had slow network speeds at Wayne Streets, and I started looking at the wiring for networks. It was all, the Cat 5 was like zip tied on the walls with clamps, and then the wire was pulled where the like twisted pair would separate that caused slow speeds. Then the Cat 5 was on electrical wires, which is a no-no when you do networking. So I took it upon myself to take pictures, show the problems of networking, came up with a proposal, and now I'm in charge of telling people how to network, and we're redoing all the offices. Instead of hiring someone, it's cheaper to hire an intern to do it. And classroom training, I had to teach operators and office personnel how to use databases, how to use simple stuff like Excel even. So that happened at DTC every Wednesday. I had 2 class sessions like every once in a while, probably about 2 a month. Then the thing I enjoyed the most was I was in charge of MI's department for the multi-million-dollar company for 3 weeks while my boss was in India visiting his family. So I had to be at the main office. I was in charge of the server room, any email or Lotus Notes, anything that happened. I had to go to department meetings twice a week. So that was pretty interesting. Lessons learned. Experience is better than any book. I learned more. I have the skills from the classes I've taken, but I learned more doing the skills in the work field or workforce. Go about things the right way. You have to really communicate. I went into this job where the operators and people on the floor knew nothing about computers. They'd have a problem. I'd walk out, fix it, and walk back. I wouldn't talk to the operators or anything, like personal skills. And for a while, nobody really liked me there. Until now I started going about the right way. If somebody has a problem, even if I'm not interested in it, I'll talk to them about the problem for like 5-10 minutes, just to get a friendly environment. That really helps out a lot. And sexual harassment, actually, doesn't happen to me, but last month, this really opened my eyes up in a working environment. An operator on the floor got fired for sexual harassment. I knew nothing. I really didn't think of anything of it because I really didn't know him. But then like 2 weeks later, the guy I shared an office with, which was my site supervisor, got fired for sexual harassment too. And I was around him all the time. He never once made like a joke or anything when I was around. But like, I go back and think about all the stuff I've said. I should have probably got fired for any job I've had for sexual harassment. So